my introduction to Angelica would have been, I think, on the Hot Metal 4 video cassette. This was back when we had videotapes, and they play. There's one song on there off Rock, Stock, and Barrel, "Cover Me." That was the first time I think I heard Angelica, and then I had a buddy who had that album that's from Rock, Stock, and Barrel. I think he bought that and didn't like it and gave it to me.
I should become friends with him.
Ah.
With electric guitars, the heavens shake through every riff, our souls awake. This is rock and metal faith. The thunder roars, his name is praised. Through light and dark, his love will fade. Forever loud, rock and metal faith.
Welcome to the Rock and Metal Faith Podcast, where it's all about the rock that makes me sing, Christian rock and metal, from the classics to the new bands. I'm your host, Aaron Hancock, joined as always with my co-host, Chris. Chris,
How's it going, man?
Going good. All right. We'll get in this real quick here. We'll get into, I guess we should get into our comments as we normally do. I did check comments of what we had. Just let people know too that the comments may be a little bit late in coming because this summer in August I'm going to get really busy and I'm trying to record a bunch of stuff ahead of time. So our workflow is kind of compressed and then stretched out. I'm recording stuff faster than I'm putting it out, put it that way. Anyways, we got some comments on the episode we did with Daniel Band. It says, great episode, guys. When I really got into Christian rock, hard rock, metal in 85, it was Petra, Daniel, and Jerusalem, Rez, Striper. They were the first wave of bands I got into. I got all the Daniel Band CDs and the Live at Cornerstone in 2001. Also got the Dan McCabe album, Dreamer, and the two Tony Rossi albums. Oh, okay, so that's where Dreamer comes from. I know I had passed that on to you to have a listen to that. You weren't too impressed with Dreamer. I actually liked Dreamer myself. And you know what? Here's the funny thing was I thought Dreamer was started by the band we're talking about today. I thought it was Dennis Cammeron's band until I started looking at the lineup for Dreamer and go, oh, wait, this isn't Dennis Cammeron. This isn't his project. So then I realized, okay, so it's not. So Dreamer did not come out of Angelica. Actually, I think Dreamer was before or the same time as Angelica. We'll cover Dreamer sometime down the road because they're a Canadian band. Angelica's a Canadian band. That's kind of where we're doing that. Anyways, he goes on to say he's got all the Daniel Band LPs except for Rise Up, which they are one of my favorite bands. The album Run from the Darkness is a near perfect album and his favorite from them. Last year, bought a sealed vinyl copy of Running Out of Time, only $15. Wow, that's cheap, I tell you. I played it. It has a nice warm sound and it's different from the CD. And it's cool that I picked up the new Petra and Michael Sweet CDs because these are good albums. Yeah, I think you and I can both agree on that. The latest from Petra, the latest from Michael Sweet, both those are good albums.
Did you see the video I sent you, or the lyric video of Michael Sweet's Throne song?
Yes. We'll get into that with news. Yeah, we'll get into that with news. That's actually was part of my news segment. And what else? He says something about, he doesn't have he doesn't have Rise Up. And Rise Up, I think, is probably my favorite album from Daniel Band. But anyways, we got comments here now from Guardian in the 90s. So yeah, we covered, was it Swing, Swing, Swung, Buzz, and Bottle Rocket. And I'll just cut it down a little bit, but he says, he talks about some of the albums that he had and letting go of the ones from the 90s. So he bought, I guess, the Guardian ones from the 90s, decided he didn't like them and gave them away, sold them or whatever. Then he goes on
Yeah.
to say, Buzz has some good songs, and if he finds it again for $1 or $2, he may pick it up again. The song Lead the Way could have been on Miracle Mile. That was off of Swing Swine Swung or Fire and Love. The straight up hard rock song doesn't seem to resemble the rest of the album and was first single if he was correct. Yeah, I agree. I love the song Lead the Way. Probably, it was definitely the best song off of that album.
Mhm.
Might be the only good one off the album, actually.
Oh yeah. Wow.
And Buzz, yeah. Anyways, he goes on to say Buzz is the only decent album from that era. And then he had Guardian with Buzz, Bride with Drop. He says, I don't know what it was back then. They were doing all these one-word albums, and they changed their sound. He agrees with us. He says, stay with your same sound. If you're going off on something that sounds so different, change your band name or something. Let us know that it's different, because after we buy the album, and then we're afraid to buy anything else after that if we did not like it. Buzz was the last Guardian he ever bought, and it took him a few albums before he started to buy more Bride. I think Swing Swine Swung is the one he plays most. He became a fan after the video was on Headbangers Ball for the Power of Love, but he's already getting other Christian bands at the time and stuff like that. Yeah. So, yeah, these bands that put out these grunge records after being, these 80 hair metal bands, I know I was kind of walking away from them as a fan. First of all, like I said, when Buzz came out, I didn't even know it came out, and then Bottle Rocket comes out, and I'm going, I'm not really a fan of this. I didn't pick it up. I bought Drop from Bride. I actually like that one. We'll have to cover that sometime as we go through our 80s and the 90s series. But then they come out with the Jesus Experience and Oddities, which are very much grunge alternative sound. And I was done with Bride for a while after that. I thought, well, if this is what they're going to put out, I'm out.
Yeah. And for me, I got when Guardian came into Edmonton and I was working and I liked what they were doing. But the problem was when I listened to the rest of the CD, the only song I liked was Bottle Rocket. Oh, and Are You Comfortable Yet?
Okay. Yeah. See, and I didn't mind Bottle Rocket, and I think Coffee Can was on that, and that was okay. I think they played those. Looking back, I don't know what they played, but all I remember is they didn't play anything I knew. So maybe they played those two songs, and that was it. But it was all probably material from Buzz and Bottle Rocket, because they played nothing from Miracle Mile, which was the record I knew the best. I was pretty disappointed with that performance. And I think it was pretty much the same band. They just changed their sound. I think they still had the same guitarist, Tony Placios, and they still had Jamie Rose. So it's not like they had a new member they were breaking in who hadn't learned all this stuff yet. I don't know. I think they figured it was just the middle of the 90s and they're playing that 90s sound is what it was.
That's right. I think for me, I think what really got me was when Guardian did the which album has I Found Love on it?
That was Miracle Mile.
Okay, it's Miracle Mile. Okay. When I heard that is like that would be one of my favorite Christian songs ever.
Okay. That's not bad. As far as ballads go, I can tolerate that one.
Yeah, like I think really they could redo it. And if he really could get his range up a little bit, it would rock. I
Right.
mean, wow. And the writing is just incredible.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad as far as power ballad goes. So,
Now, is there a link with Angelica and Guardian?
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I just brought that up because those were comments made from our past episodes
Right.
that have appeared.
Okay, I thought you were getting link.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
no. So yeah, we love hearing from you guys. We love hearing
Yes,
comments.
totally.
Don't forget to, leave comments, reviews, email.
Yeah, comment. Tell your mom and dad. Tell your cats and dogs. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, specifically, let all your friends know about this. If this is your first
Yeah.
time listening, we thank you for listening.
At
And
church, you should slip in one of our episodes into your, service. That would be awesome.
I don't know if there's any church
No,
quality here.
I don't recommend that. No, no.
It's good entertainment value. I don't know if there's any theological value.
Yeah.
That may be part of our bonus things. So I'm going to bring
Yeah,
that up
this is
too.
probably just for teenagers, you
Well,
know?
I'm gonna bring that up. That's actually part of our news. So part of our news I want to bring up is the fact that we are now set up on Patreon. We had a couple people who had reached out to us and wanted to donate to the podcast
A couple.
momentarily, and so they send us money, which we thank you very much for doing so. If others want to do that, now I didn't have anything in place for doing so. Now I do. There's a couple of ways if you want to support the show. A couple of ways you can do that. We are on Patreon. We have a couple of paid tiers. The first level is only $2 and has no benefits attached to it. It's just for those who decide they want to send us money. And send us money because Chris needs new equipment.
Oh, thank you. Contribute.
Yes. And there is a higher level paid tier where we're going to start throwing some bonus stuff out there. I haven't quite decided what it will be yet. We're kicking around the idea of, behind the scenes, all of the little stuff that we talk about before.
Hey, out of
we hit record.
curiosity, is there a meet and greet?
Not yet, but that could be
Okay.
something we could think about.
Okay.
And the other thing is too, if you want to do like a one-time donation, I don't know how Patreon sets that up. There is a thing called Buy Me a Coffee, which is a donation type of site.
I've heard of that, yes.
So I signed up for that. If you just want to do that, hey, I like coffee, so that would be much appreciated.
If we set something up to buy me a case of Coke, that would be awesome. I'm just kidding out there. I don't need you guys to do that. Thank you.
But these are set up for those who, there is no pressure. You do not need to do so. But for those who would like to, this is set up so that you can support the show. And for those who
That's
do,
right. If you feel led and
we would thank you.
Hey, we got money to spare.
There you go.
Thank you. We're not going to spoil it, so or abuse it.
Right. But the show itself is going to continue as it is. We haven't decided what we're going to do for the bonus stuff for the higher level. I'm looking at, like I said, some behind the scenes, the stuff we talked about before I hit record, and maybe it'll be a completely raw, unedited episode. And there's a couple ideas I'm kicking around for actual bonus content. So Chris and I will talk about that.
Are you telling us we're going to have to do bonus content? Oh my goodness.
I got some ideas for that. But anyways.
My mind is racing as well. Yeah.
Well, if you got ideas, let me know, Chris. I'm always up for other ideas, and I don't have to be the only one coming up with ideas for this. And I know you weren't a fan of Angelica. If there's bands that we haven't covered yet, you want to cover.
Can I just sit here and be quiet and let you listen, or I'll listen?
I do want to know what you think is the worst. And there's got to be songs that are worse than other songs. But
well, when you're ready to get into it,
yeah,
let's go.
Well, before we do that, let's talk something positive. You were bringing up in the new Striper song, "Throne of Thorns," and actually, I saw that video before you sent me the link, and yeah, I'm liking it. What do you think?
Awesome. I mean, anything Michael puts out I'm a fan. I mean, I listened to it maybe 4 or 5 times. It is awesome. It's to me, it's definitely Striper. The sound is really good. The writing, and Michael could still. I've noticed they've laid off on his vocals just a little bit to give him time to recover. Like he's not going high like he used to. His keyboardist is doing that for him.
Right. Well, they don't have keyboards.
That's okay. I don't mind that.
Yeah, they don't have keyboards. You know what? You're right. His voice still sounds great. It's not like it was back in 1986, but nobody's voice is like it was back in 1986. Although, we're talking Guardian earlier. If you follow Jamie Rowe on Facebook, he does these little clips every now and then of him in the car singing along to old Guardian songs. And we're talking stuff off of Miracle Model, like Shoeshine Johnny. And he's still got a great voice too. So
Michael Sweet would kick butt if he got the rights to "I Found Love." Oh my gosh, Aaron, I'd lose my mind. He would rock it.
how
You
about how about
know
a, how about a what if? What if the two of them teamed up for a duet on that song?
which one? Sorry.
I Found Love with both Michael and Jamie Rowe.
We should send that out. That would be awesome. I found love. I mean, wow.
All right.
Did we do an episode on that album?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
we covered Miracle Mile. Don't worry. That was, I think, the first time we talked.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go back in our archives, take a listen, and wow, you'll be, yeah. That's,
All right. Something
so
low.
now we get to where
hang on,
I
hang on.
don't say a thing.
No, because now we got to plug it in to do first.
It's time to plug it in and turn it up.
All right. Before I plug it in, actually, I'm going to switch gears. This is a last minute addition to plug it in. Not the segment, but I switched gears on what song I was going to use today. And sometimes I get emails from bands out there saying, "Hey, we think the song would be great. We'd love you if you played on the podcast." And a lot of those bands, I think, don't listen to our podcast because the songs they send us are definitely not appropriate material for the kinds of things we talk about on here. However, I got one email from a band that is a Christian band out there. We've played them before, I believe, on the Plug It In, but I'm happy to play them again. The band is called The Word 66. And
The Word 66?
Yes. I'm going to read the email they sent us because they talked all about their background, their sound, and so it's just easier for me to read right off the email what it sounds like. It says, Las Vegas rockers, The Word 66 are back with their latest release, Sky is Falling. Once again, it features Danny Miranda, who has been with Queen and Blue Oyster Cult on bass. It's got screaming vocals from Carlos Zema and mixed by Grammy-winning producer Malcolm Springer. This is a rocker about a person dreaming that the end of the world is coming, trying to warn everyone, and no one believes him until it is real. Everyone's running for their lives, hope to be saved. So that's the song I'm going to play. It's called Sky is Falling. And here we go.
Here in the darkness, the surface of my room, I woke in a cold sweat, seen the doom and the gloom.
Wow.
Visions I saw were too much to bear. It was the end of the world. There was no time to prepare.
There there you go. What do you think of that?
Wow, I'm impressed. Sounds pretty cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I've heard stuff from them before. Yeah, definitely. Well, hey, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't play it when they plug it in. This song I think's been out a little while now. I just had a few other songs I wanted to play on the plug it in segment first. And I think it's because I reached out to them the first times asking to play their song previously, and that was like a year ago. So they know we're out here, or and it might be just one of those mass email things too. It just so
Oh,
happens
okay.
it just so happens that it hit us, and I've heard them before. I'm going, yeah, I like them, and let's play the song. All right, so now we're moving on to Angelica. Th- this is like, well, we're doing this because we're working our way through all the Canadian bands, not right after each other, but we are going through all the Canadian bands. Angelica is a Canadian band, so we're covering them. And we're actually going to be covering one of their records next year in greater detail. I was talking to Chris about that before. I think last time we were talking. Anyways, some background. Angelica was formed in Ottawa, Ontario by guitarist Dennis Cammeron around 1988. This Angelica was essentially Cameron's personal project. He wrote the songs, he hired the musicians, and viewed the project primarily as a vehicle for Christian ministry instead of trying to be a touring band. So his whole idea was just trying to get the music out there, and he wasn't worried about going on tour. Angelica, musically features big, catchy choruses, technical guitars, solos, the blend, shred, and melodic riffs, a harmonized lead. I would say their sound is a blend of White Lion, Bon Jovi, Extreme, some
Oh
Bloodgood,
no, no,
and
don't
Striper.
put Bon Jovi in there. That no way, no way.
I'd say definitely because you listen to their choruses. They got big choruses, gang vocals. Definitely the kind of thing that the Bon Jovi was doing.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
And there was definitely some riffs, guitar riffs that are stylistic of Bon Jovi, stylistically inspired by Richie Sambor. As I'm listening, I can't remember specifically what song it was, but I know there were moments when I was listening to them going, that's a Sambora type riff. I'm not saying he's copying anybody. I never say anybody's trying to copy anyone, but I think he was kind of inspired a little bit by what Bon Jovi was doing. The other thing is he's a very fast-paced guitar. He's one of these shredders. He does lots of shredding throughout out Angelica's music, and that's why I kind of rate them with White Lion. White Lion had Vito Bratta on guitars, great guitarist, but White Lion never really took off, never got the recognition they deserved. And in some respects, that's what happened with Angelica too. And we can kind of go through that. What held them back? Was it the songwriting? Was it the production of it, and all that? But Angelica's released 4 records, 4 albums. Their self-titled came out in 1989. Walking in Faith came out in 1990. Rock, Stock, and Barrel in 91. And Time Is All It Takes in 92. So yeah, 1 record per year. And if they're not going on tour, Dennis has time to sit down and start writing songs after he finished 1 record. He probably sat down and started working on the next record. All the records featured Dennis Cammeron on guitars and Robert Palin on bass. And then the lineup changes throughout the records. The debut had Rob Rock on vocals and Scott Ernst on drums. So I'm not sure if you knew that, but if you listen to the first Angelica record, that's Rob Rock doing the vocals.
I know that's the only good thing I like about it. That's the only thing. I mean, over the years, I bought stuff from Rob Rock. He can really
Oh yes,
rock. I mean, the more modern stuff, it's more, you know, he's kind of swayed away from the faith a little bit.
okay. The second record, Walking in Faith, had the same lineup, but had 1 change to it. Jerome Maz came in on vocals. Rob Rock only came in for that first record. And there's this actually story behind how he got to be on the record. We'll get to that in a sec. Rock, Stock, and Barrel then had Drew Bacca on vocals and Bobby Lawrence on drums. Scott Ernest back on drums for Time Is All It Takes, the last record, and Drew Bacca on vocals for the last record, too. All albums were produced by Dennis Cammeron. With the first album, they had Ken Tamplin helping out on production.
Oh. But it still sounded bad.
And, Ken Tamplin also did vocals for the one song on that record, the song being Face to Face. Now, the story goes, the original vocalist before Rob Rock steps in was a guy named Andy Lyons. And he recorded the demo tapes, and during the making of the record, I guess Ken was pushing him in the studio, to be better and better as a vocalist, or pushing him hard. He ends up burning out, walking out before the record's finished. Now, the record's incomplete, and they need a vocalist. It was Ken Tamplin suggesting that they bring in Rob Rock. So that's one of the what ifs. What if Rob Rock didn't come in? What if Andy did finish the record? How would it have sounded then? And the other thing is, before he formed Angelica, there was a story out there that Dennis Cammeron, the guitarist, had opportunities to join either Holy Soldier or Bloodgood. He was in talks with Michael Bloodgood about joining that band, and then decided against it and formed his own band. So could you imagine if Dennis Cammeron signed up with Bloodgood? That could have been good, actually.
Good. Hey, do we know, just out of curiosity, was that Ken Tamplin's start of his career?
I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure.
So he had already done a couple albums by himself?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Shout records were beforehand.
Okay, so he was just helping him,
Yeah.
friend out.
Somehow,
Okay.
somehow, I'm not sure how that connection happened, that Dennis Cameron got connected with Ken. He was actually, I think the story goes that he was working with his own band at the time called Driver. Was it Ken Tamplin doing Driver, or was it Rob Rock doing Driver? I can't remember now. Anyways, one of them was in another band, came in to do the sessions, and got the record done, and then that was it.
Yeah, the rest is history. Yeah.
All right, I looked on Spotify just to see what, according to Spotify, what the most popular Angelica songs are. And number one song, according to Spotify, is Time and Time Again, off the Walking in Faith record. And then comes the title track, Walking in Faith. And then where we go? There's Only One Hero at 3. Cover Me comes in at 4. And Are You Satisfied at. But there was Time and Time Again has 140,495 streams, downloads, whatever it is that Spotify is counting.
What?
Yeah. I did a quick survey on Facebook, asking people what their favorite song was, and I'll list the top 3 because it was kind of all over the place. The people that answered on Facebook were picking different songs, so most of them came in pretty much at the same spot with 1 or 2 votes. But tied for number 2. So the number 2 and number 3 were the songs Walking in Faith and Hold On. And then by a large margin, number 1 was Cover Me. And I could kind of agree with that as we get through. Before we get to the best songs, or my best, why don't we have a rundown of your worst songs, I guess.
Well, I mean, I like the first song, but the rest of it, maybe it's me, but okay, it is me, but the production of it, I just got turned off of it right away. Like the second song, to me, it sounded like they produced it in a really, really small garage. You know, it was
Yeah.
all condensed,
Right.
and
Oh,
it just didn't, compared to what in that time. I mean, we had Ken Tamplin, we had their music was more open.
right. Yes.
So I just didn't, I
Yeah.
just couldn't.
Couldn't listen to it. Okay.
I tried for like almost 2 weeks listening to it. Tried listening one way, tried listening the other way. I looked at some of I will, one good thing I'll say, I did look at the lyrics of their songs, and they're awesome. They're
Right.
really, really good.
Well, apparently the story goes too that Dennis Cameron became Christian one night in a bar or a club, and I'm not sure what happened, but he started kind of questioning his life, where it was going, and after that, kind of was led to Christ and found Jesus. A lot of these songs on the first record are personal stories about his conversion, about where he was and where he is. And although personally, you know what? And I don't have the first record. I almost should get that if I see it somewhere, because that's probably my favorite one out of the 4 records. And yeah, so that's what I say about that. I think the songs on there are good. I think the songs were well written. Uh, maybe not the best. I don't know if they're my one of my top favorite bands, but I did find the songs enjoyable. So, did you make a list of the worst songs, or you're just gonna say they're all bad?
Well, I really like the first song. I
What?
forget what that
Okay.
was called.
On which record were you listening to
Oh,
now?
on the Angelica
Oh, the
album.
first one. Okay. There's only one hero.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the opening. I mean, the guitar riff was awesome. And then the rest of them, I just couldn't get into it.
Okay. Well, that's all right. We still got. Hey, we still got the best of the rundown.
I tried.
As I was making my list, I tried to pick songs off of each of the albums.
Dreamer was a really good album. I like that. That
Oh,
was good.
oh, you like that one? Well,
One song though. I liked one song on Dreamer.
what was that one?
it.
What
The
was that?
first one. I forget
Okay.
what the first one was.
That was actually going to be my plug it in song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I was rocking.
Well, mainly
'Cause-
because I thought there was a connection between Dreamer and Angelica until I looked at
okay.
until I looked at the lineup and going, oh, there is no connection here. And there's a connection between Dreamer and Daniel Band. That's what it is. Well, that's okay. We will, down the road, we will get through the entire Dreamer album, because another Canadian band will have to get to them too eventually, I think. And yeah, I know you didn't like the production of that one. You said that sounded like that was recorded in the garage.
Of the Daniel Band?
No, the Dreamer album.
Oh.
We-
Well, the production was getting better. It's
Okay.
getting better for sure. They had more. What's it called? They didn't sound like they were in the garage.
Oh,
I'll put
okay.
it that way.
Well, that's not what we said the last time we talked, but okay.
That's
If you're new to the program, you'll quickly find out Chris doesn't always know what he's talking about from episode to episode, and he will contradict himself quite a bit.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah,
Let's talk
dude.
about this. Come on.
Okay.
I mean, for a Canadian Christian band, I would have thought it would have been better, but I understand that at that time, budget restraints, what they could have done.
Yeah.
You know?
So prior to me telling you we're going to do this episode, had you heard Angelica previously?
No.
No. Okay. So this was your
But
introduction.
I remember listening to the first song on that Angelica album, and I listened to it and said, "This sucks. I'm not buying it." A lady was like, "But that's Canadian." And I'm like, "That's horrible."
All right. What is next is so my introduction to him.
Let's hear your top Angelica song.
Yes, we'll get to that. So well, first my introduction to Angelica would have been, I think, on the Hot Metal 4 video cassette. This was back when we had videotapes. And there was one song on there off Rock, Stock, and Barrel, Cover Me. That was the first time I think I heard Angelica. And then I had a buddy who had that album that it's from, Rock, Stock, and Barrel. I think he bought that and didn't like it and gave it to me.
I should become friends with him. That's great.
And so I liked the album when I got it. I've played it a few times. I haven't played it much since that came out in 91. I haven't played it much since then. And to tell you the truth, that doesn't mean I don't like it, because I got so many albums in my collection. I can't get to everything all the time. But yeah, it's not one I miss, put it that way. It's not a great record. It's not one of my top favorite records. It's not a desert album or anything like that. There is some good stuff off of there. So when I made my top list, basically what I did was I kind of looked at each record, go, what are the good songs off of each record? And that came up, I think, with 12, eliminated a couple of them, and then said, okay, now what are my top 10 and what order do I want to order them in? So coming in at number 10 was a song off of Rock, Stock, and Barrel, and that is Someone to Believe in Me. Okay, I hope that wasn't too painful for you.
Yes, well, I will think of the positive here, okay? So
All
I
right.
want to be a guy like that. He could sing.
I was
He
gonna
could sing.
say, you gotta like his vocals, or at least the vocal
Yes.
styling.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He could sing. Just the production in some moments are like, what?
I think the main problem you have, and even this is the one downside for me with Angelica, probably what keeps him out of being a big favorite of mine, is the production. It's too much on the high end. You can hear the bass. The bass sounds like it's too trebly. The bass doesn't have bass in it.
Yeah.
All the frequencies are on the high end. Sounds like Metallica's done Justice for All, where they drop the bass out of it. Now you can hear the bass in these sounds, but the bass don't have that bass end to it. It's all in the high
that's
end.
right. It doesn't. I think the main thing is they didn't have any support for him vocally with the bass, and I mean, to me, it almost sounded like, I'm 1 second, where did the drums go?
Well,
what are you doing?
And the other part, I think, is Dennis Cammeron's probably trying to show off too much. Now, I don't mind the shredding licks, throw this quick little shred riff in between the lines or whatever. But even the rhythm guitars seem too busy. You need moments to hold the chord and let the vocals carry the song. And it's almost like everybody's trying to compete with everybody. And it's like I was at this one conference for how to be in a worship band. And you can't have the rhythm guitar going all the time. You can't have the lead guitar going all the time. And you can't have the bass doing dun, dun, all the time. You can't have everybody playing everything all the time. You have to have some of the instruments kind of sit back and allow the other ones to play. As a rhythm guitarist, as an electric guitarist in a worship band, there's times when you just strum the chord and hold it for a couple measures, let everybody else have their moment. And I think at times Angelica does the opposite. Everybody's trying to fill up space at the same time.
Yeah, that's right. That is a perfect read on it.
All right. Well, but what I did like about "Someone to Believe in Me" is I like the lyrics. I like the message in that song. It's a good positive song. Uh, you know, for someone who struggles with esteem or whatever, this is a good song to listen to because we all feel like that, and we all need someone to believe in us.
Yeah,
Number
like I mean, there are some of the songs I really like the opening. I just thought the guitar riffs were like, whoa,
Yeah, we'll
you
get in,
know?
and we'll get into that as we get closer to
Yeah,
my top one. As we get up the list, the songs that make I think my top five or top four or whatever are because the guitars are just incredible, and it's not just the fact that Dennis is shredding all the time on it, it's the fact that he comes up with some great riffs. Um, Even ways of starting the song off, he comes up with some great riffs. All right, so we're on to number 9, and I got "Open Your Mind" from Time Is All It Takes. My tracks are kind of scattered throughout this. I'm not playing tracks for every song off this list. Number 8 is the title track for "Walking in Faith." So it's a lot, apparently a lot of people like this. It was, I think, really high on the Spotify. Let's see here. If I look at Spotify downloads, yeah, that was like second for downloads on Spotify.
walk by faith,
Walking in Faith.
walking in faith. Okay.
Yes. Not bad. I got it 8. What did I like about that? I think there's some good guitar riffs in that one.
Oh, the riff was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Number 7 is off the first album, the self-titled debut. "Are You Satisfied?"
I mhm.
You won the game. Tell me all that you gain. I still hear the cries in the night. Well, I'm no fool. I just play by the rules. Can't you understand? It's not too late. 7 wonders, 7 wishes, 7 goes to you. And the world tries to pull you under. It ain't worth dying for. Now look me in the eyes. Don't hurt me no more. Are you really happy and are you satisfied? We were once the same.
Yeah, no, I like this one. I like the chorus in this one. I like the gain vocals. The way it builds up and then drops off is just the vocals. Rock did a great job
Yeah,
doing
he
doing the
did
vocals
for
on
sure.
this.
I mean, the only disappointing is the production. I mean, you hear it perfectly, and all of a sudden he drops. You're like, what are you doing?
Well,
Like, no, no.
well, it's funny because I thought the production on this one was probably better than the other ones.
Yeah, I
On
don't
on
know.
on this one you can actually hear the bass. Although maybe your problem or maybe my problem is how we are listening to
I
these.
hope Rob and Ken don't hear this episode.
No, I like their involvement. I don't know what you're talking about. I like their involvement on this record. Actually, like I said, I probably should pick this up as we go through this podcast and different episodes. I'm finding there's albums out there that I missed that were under my radar that I need to go back and get a hold of.
And I'll give them credit. Maybe this is what they wanted to sound like.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
Uh, all right. So for number 6, that's where I had "Time and Time Again" off the album "Walking in Faith." Like I said, a lot of people seem to like that one. That was like Spotify's all time listened to, download the song or whatever. That has some, man, blitzering guitars in that song. I think that's why I brought that one in. And well, moving on to number 5. If you want to talk about blitzering guitars, this is "Brain into Being," and this is off of Walking in Faith album as well. I think this was one of the ones I thought was Sambora inspired, Bon Jovi inspired. He's using the whammy bar, the tremolo, the same as Richie does in like Bad Name or whatever. There's a few other songs too where in the solos, it's almost he's pulling out ideas that Sambora would have had in his solos. So that's where I think the Bon Jovi influence is, at least on my feeling is. But I like this just for the guitars. There's some blazing guitars on this one. That guitars really caught my attention. So this was bringing to being at number 5. Your thoughts on that clip?
Yeah, I can see what you would say Bon Jovi, but I don't know. I mean, John would hold that note longer than he could.
Well, they weren't copying.
I know, but still, what I'm saying, I mean, yeah, the song's good. The guitar solo I like a lot too, but still, to me, it just no.
All right. Well, here we go. Number 4 off the self-titled debut, Danger Zone. This is another one I think was great with the guitars, and there's a few off there. Actually took me a little while to think about whittle down what I liked off of the self-titled, but Danger Zone.
I like that they did try something different in the opening.
All right, yeah, so Danger Zone coming in at number 4.
I hope they weren't trying to copy Kenny Loggins' version of the Danger Zone. That's like one of my favorite old-time favorite songs.
Did that sound like Kenny Loggins' version?
The words do.
No.
I'll have to look at the words, but
not even close. I thought you said that was your all-time favorite classic song. The words weren't even close to the Angelica song.
that was a good, yeah, you're okay. I'll give you
Chris,
that.
Chris, and I'll tell you time and time again. Oh, no pun intended. But I'll tell you every time. Just because the song has the same title doesn't mean it's the same song.
I know that.
Actually, I think we should talk about the different versions of the same title.
We should do an episode of Christian bands trying to jump on world or the mainstream music bands and their songs.
What do you mean? Like play the mainstream?
I'm trying to think of. We'll talk about that some other time.
You mean like Christian bands covering?
That's right, covering, hoping that would blast them off.
Well, we did that last episode with Stripers of the Covering.
Where was I?
You were there. See, That's what I mean. You don't remember what we do week to week.
Well, we've done so many episodes.
We did the Stripers, the covering, which was an entire cover record. And it was all secular bands. It was all bands that inspired the Striper to become a band in the first place.
Oh.
Remember?
Okay. Yes, I remember. Okay, move on.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Chris doesn't remember what we do week to week.
Yeah, don't do that.
All right. Well, coming in at my number 3 was the one song you liked. There's only one hero. And
Hey,
that's
I had something.
what was the worst song that or was there any that you thought was like the worst?
The third song on that album.
On
I'll
that
forget. I'll have to look in the list. But
Did you look at any other albums?
oh,
Right.
well,
I believe.
no, because I thought that if that one was bad, the rest had to be in the same order.
Well, wait till we get to my number 1 then.
Okay, I'll look at the other two, and we could do a rebuttal episode or something.
All right, yeah, sure, that could be good. Oh, we're going to talk about the next episode. There's 4 records out there. Actually,
I know that. Yeah,
well, you said the other 2.
I
That only makes
listened to
3.
some of the other songs.
The other 2 that only makes 3. There's 4.
There's 4.
Yes.
Okay, well, so I listened to 2.
Did you? Oh,
Didn't like
okay.
the 2.
Okay.
Maybe I'll like the other 2.
I don't know.
I don't.
You need to sit down and actually listen, even if it's painful.
I found them on Apple.
Yeah,
so
yeah, they're there. All right. Well, number 2 off of Time Is All I Need is called Running Wild. Again, I think this starts off with a great guitar riff. As I was there you go. As I was going through checking out Angelica, because like I said, all I knew was the one album at the time. I was going through checking out the rest of the records. All of a sudden, this one comes across, and I'm going, wow, this just blew my mind right off the start. I'm going, this is definitely making my list. I'm putting it in at number 2 because I thought it was that great of a song. You just can't beat number 1. But number 2, Running Wild. So yeah, Running Wild, like I said, as soon as I heard those opening guitars, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. I love it.
I mean, the opening guitars are good, but they
I think as we get into the solo in this song, I think there was a great solo too.
I
I've been
can see it. I heard it coming, but I'm like, no.
I've been listening to so much Angelica, it's starting to get hard to keep all the songs separate, going, oh, this was it. So I kind of keep track the ones that were making my list, going, okay. And beyond that, it was yeah, it was hard to keep track of what's what, just because I'm hearing so much. And most of this stuff, unfortunately, does sound the same. I think that was a problem I had with the third album, I guess. Rock, Stock, and Barrel is too many of the songs just sounded too much alike and too much the same. But there's one song on there that is just incredible. I love it. It blows my mind. It's a song I heard off of that videotape, but the song itself is so different than any other song on there. It's got this acoustic intro. It's kind of a bluesy song, and then picks up and gets real heavy for the chorus and for the main part of the song. It's got a simple riff that kind of carries the melody for the solo. Instead of just coming up with this wild solo, he just uses the solo to play the melody, similar to what Twisted Sister do in "We're Not Gonna Take It." The solo is really just the chorus melody, and that's what they do here. But yeah, I think most fans of the band will agree this is their best song. I agree it's their best song. Give it a listen. If you don't know this song, "Cover Me" by Angelica.
And I know that I'll win 'cause I can. Knowing that you set the standard for me. All in all, it's really not what I had expected to see. Lately, though, I've been learning that it's only joke between you and me. And what's all this talk about a ball and a chain? Did you see all the freedom I'm getting? Cover me. Didn't give all the good that I can get out of me. I know the back is the trouble, but it's something I need. A little help just to leave me alone. Pick me up, shake the dust, and move on. Cover me, yeah.
Have you heard that one before?
No,
Oh, check out
it's a
that.
little bit. It's a better song. Totally.
Yes, definitely check out the full song of that. Maybe I'll send you the link to
What
that.
was it called? Sorry,
"Cover Me."
Cover Me.
Yeah, that's off of Rock, Stock, and Barrel. My number one song. I think anybody out there listening to this would probably agree that's their number one song. If it's not, let us know. If you've got other songs that you think should have made the list, according to you, let us know. Like I said, we love hearing back from you guys. Anybody else, you know what? Check out our Patreon page if you want. Check out our Buy Me a Coffee link. I'm going to leave both those links in our show notes so they're going to be easy to get to. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say too, that I forgot to say in part of the news, is we now have a permanent home or web page.
Ooh.
Rock and Metal Faith, all one word, no spaces. rockandmetalfaith.com.
.com.
Yeah. Was there anything else?
Rock and Metal.
Yeah, Rock and Metal Faith. Basically, just like our name is, no spaces whatsoever. Rock and Metal Faith. It's out there. The other thing I wanted to say too, there actually is a fifth record of Angelica. I kind of looked up, where are the band now? What are they doing now? After the last record, Time Is All It Takes, the band kind of broke up, dispersed. We're now getting into the 90s anyways. The style of music is not popular in the 90s. We talk all about that all the time now when we do our 80s and 90s. There's no way people are going to buy an Angelica record in the 90s, I think. Anyways, a few years back, Dennis Cammeron came out with a new Angelica record. It was, as far as I can tell, just him. Came out in 2019, and it's called Without Words. And what it was essentially an instrumental album. It's just a bunch of music tracks that Dennis Cammeron put together, recorded probably in his home studio. We're going to close with one of those tracks. And so that's about it. So as we sign off, or just before we sign off, don't forget to like and share this episode out. Tell all your friends about it. And God bless and keep on rocking.
God bless. Yeah, keep rock. If any other bands are out there, feel free to get a hold of Aaron or myself. We'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, and I'm always looking for bands that we can play and promote on the Plug It In segment. And so if you think that's
Or
a
an
good,
interview.
or that too, yeah. So reach out to us. We love to hear from you. Once again, like I said, God bless. Keep on rocking.